When you fly for a living, your favorite leg is always the leg when you get to go home. Today we're going Fulton County, Georgia, down to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Alright guys, we have time warped 2 hours into this flight. So we are now we're descending for a crossing restriction over Gilby intersection at 4,000 feet. And we're currently going through 6,200. We'll pick up the ATIS here at Fort Lauderdale Executive.
Fort Lauderdale Executive, tower information X-ray. Time 2147 Zulu. Wind 100 at 13. Visibility 10. 2,200 scatter. Temperature 26, 2.21. Altimeter 3017. ILS or localizer, runway 9 approaching use. Landing departing runway 9 and 13. Use caution. Drone activities authorized is in the class Delta at or below 400 feet. All departing fixed-wing aircraft, contact clearance delivery 127.905 prior to taxi. All aircraft reback runway Simon, hold short instructions. Initial contact, advise you latest information, X-ray.
Alright, we have information X-ray. Every hour the airport puts out a new information and they give it an identifier. And this hour is X-ray, so when you check in and you let them know you have X-ray, they know you have the most current information.
November 193, Kilo, Quebec, contact Miami approach 119.7.
19.7, 3 Kilo, Quebec, good night.
Right.
Good evening, Miami, Kodiak 193, Kilo, Quebec, 5,000, descending to 4,000 with information X-ray.
November 193, Kilo, Quebec, we approach, proceed direct to Denver, intercept the local lines, runway 9er.
Roger, direct to Denver, intercept the localizer 9er, 3 Kilo, Quebec. Alright, so we're going to go procedures, select approach, ILS 9, and Enver is the initial approach fix. And we'll activate that. And now, since we're in nav mode, the airplane is turning direct to Enver.
Number 3, Kilo, Quebec, descend and maintain 3,000.
Descend maintain 3,000, 3 Kilo, Quebec. Right on ForeFlight here, we have the it all set up, and also the approach plate is overlaid onto the map, which is pretty cool. Coming up to an area right here, which is at about over 11 o'clock. It's a training area, a practice area for flight schools. And when I actually started my flight training, that's where I did a lot of my practicing. It was right over here, or 10, 11 o'clock.
Reduce speed to 150.
They strategically place it right over the middle of nothing in the Everglades, so if anybody messes up and crashes, you're not really going to hurt anybody but yourself, which is probably a good thing. So we were cleared to intercept the localizer at Enver.
Reduce your final approach speed. You're following Cherokee on a 3-mile final.
We will actually go into approach mode for the autopilot.
Slowing, and no, we do not have the airport set yet.
Right. If you don't, then number 4 Papa will only make a right turn heading 280.
And when you arm an approach, it will show up white on your display. Once it actually captures, it goes to green. So that's one thing when you're doing approaches with these new...
Number 3 Kilo, Quebec, descend and maintain 2,000.
Descend and maintain 2,000, 3 Kilo, Quebec. Alright, going down to 2,000. We'll VS it down at around 500 feet a minute. So on this approach, we're going to intercept over pads at 2,000, and we can go right on down to 213 feet on the ILS before we'd have to go around if we couldn't see the runway environment. when I fly this airplane, this is a great spot I have mounted for ForeFlight. I use the suction cup mount on the window. I got all my approach plates right here to be able to look at. It doesn't interfere with any of the view of any of the instruments. So yeah, this is a great spot to mount your iPad with ForeFlight. Hope you guys like all these new camera angles I got set up. Got one on the wing out there, got a left wing view. I got the Garmin Verb shooting out the front, and 2 GoPros up over here on the right side of the cockpit. Thanks to all my Patreon supporters. I don't thank you guys enough. It keeps this channel going strong and lets me be able to invest in new cameras when the old ones break down and try out new things. So thanks to all you guys on Patreon. Really appreciate it. And stay tuned. Go over to stevo1canevo.com, my website. You can check out all the new giveaways that we got coming up and stuff.
193 Kilo Quebec, you're 8 miles from pads, turn left anyone20, maintain 2000 until it's national localizer. Clear for the ILS for Niner approach.
120 on the heading, we'll maintain 2000 until established on the localizer, clear for the ILS Niner approach. Kodiak 193 Kilo Quebec. And with that, I went over to procedures and I activated vectors to final. So we're all set up.
Number 3 Kilo Quebec, contact executive tower 120.9.
Over to tower 3 Kilo Quebec, have a good night.
Night.
Alright, we'll go over to Fort Lauderdale executive tower.
For me, it will be easier for you if we continue on the runway. So at Delta.
Alright, so our localizer is starting to come in.
Sorry, staying at Delta what?
From the right side.
On the runway,
And hopefully the airplane, will, once it gets centered up, we'll capture it and turn on to the localizer. Good evening, Executive Tower. Kodiak 193 Kilo Quebec on the ILS for Niner.
Over 193 Kilo Quebec, it's 193 Kilo Quebec, it's tower on 19 clear land.
Clear to land, rolling Niner, November 193 Kilo Quebec. A little better on the call sign here today. Well, there we go. The localizer came in, the airplane turned perfect with the autopilot, so we're now all lined up. Now once we get to the pads intersection, which is the next fix, in 3.8 miles, we'll capture the glide slope, follow that in along with the localizer. We'll put our heading to our approach course here. A little cloud layer right here that will be
traffic,
right
9 o'clock, low, 1 mile.
9 o'clock, low, 1 mile. Looks like it's one of those little airplanes out there doing some practicing, like I mentioned a little bit ago. We'll put the prop RPM back to max. The Kodiak is a really good airplane for short field landings and takeoffs. So we're 1.3 miles from the pads.
10010.
I would normally put the gear down at 1 dot above the glide slope, but with the Kodiak, the gear is down and welded, so we don't have to worry about that. So we'll pull the power back a little bit, get within our flap speed, and we'll put our first notch of flaps in. And it's selected, and you just look and also make sure it's indicating. And it is. Now the airplane will be on its proper speed with that setting to follow the glide slope in. And we've captured the glide slope, and now we're starting down the glide slope. Beautiful night here in South Florida. We're basically landing at the golden hour. How lucky are we, huh? You guys can see the runway out there already. We already have it in sight.
Attention, helicopter information, Yankees going.
The new information has just come up every hour, like I told you, and now it's Yankee. They don't expect us to get it at this phase of flight, but he's just letting anybody else know. Now, if we were in IMC conditions where we couldn't see out the windows, we could continue all the way down to 213 feet before having to go missed, which is pretty low. Our next notch of flaps will be 120 knots or less is what we have to be under, and we're right at 120. With the flaps, there's always different limitations for each setting as you lower them. Yeah, but otherwise you could overstress the flaps in the airplane. We're looking good, right on the glide slope, right on the localizer. The airplane is doing a fine job. With all this technology nowadays, it makes flying easy. Alright, we'll get more configured a little bit. We're under 120. I'll go to the next notch of flaps.
Executive Tower, November.
You're going to want to add a little bit of power in, as there's going to be a lot more drag.
Full stop with information, Yankee.
Cherokee C524 Quebec is there, so enter right now for runway 9 and clear line.
Right down for 9 and we're
the next
Quebec.
final setting
Kodiak, 1.5 mile final.
is going to have to be under 108 knots. And we are there, so we'll go our last notch of flaps.
500.
Don't actually disconnect the autopilot. And we'll continue to hand fly it in. You can see the 2 red lights and the 2 white.
Good evening, Twilight 1 over.
That shows you we're on the proper glide path. And we're still following in the glide slope.
Clear line, runway 9, Twilight 1.
So it sounds like somebody's coming in to land behind us. See how we can do here. Check.
Traffic, 1 o'clock. Altitude not available. 0 miles.
That's no factor. On check rides, you always want to touch down right in the appropriate touchdown area. That's what the FAA likes to see when they're riding on board. Just a little hint. Alright, so we're going to go back to flight idle. We're going to go into the flare. Hold it. And there you go. Right on the center line. Not too bad. Going to beta, we'll slow it up. And look at this, we'll make Bravo intersection without even hardly touching the brakes. Since that's where our FPO will be on.
3 kilo Quebec, contact ground.
Contacting ground, 3 kilo Quebec. Have a good night.
Roger. Now 124 Quebec, keep your basing close. Make yourself a challenger on an 8 mile final.
We'll get past the hold short bars and clean up the plane. Contact ground.
Never mind, we're going to.
Traffic,
There we
4
go.
o'clock. Altitude not available. 0 miles.
November 193 Kilo Quebec, executive ground side parking.
193 kilo Quebec, just cleared Niner on Bravo, and you need to go to Banyan.
3 Kilo Quebec, Roger, thank you for CV Bravo, November for Banyan.
Bravo November into Banyan, thanks. See, 193 kilo Quebec.
You're welcome, have a good night.
You too.
Wanamaker 698, traffic officer directed.
Oh, there you go. You actually hear water makers.
Traffic.
That's my other job I fly for. So guys, welcome to Fort Lauderdale. I hope you guys enjoyed that ILS approach in the flight. It was a lot of fun having you guys on board. Always a blast getting in this Kodiak. It's such a fun airplane. If you liked the video, please smash the thumbs up button. Also subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this. There's water makers right up there in front of us going head on with us. But we're going to exit here into the Banyan ramp. There's our fine marshaller there in the golf cart. He wants us to follow him for where we're going to park. Looks like he's going to have us go right on down the side here.
Center 670, hold position, landing traffic.
Alright, we're just going to follow his instructions in, and when those batons cross and tells us to stop, we're done. Hope you guys are all doing good. And we'll talk to you again someday soon.
Ready to taxi.